Hi, I'm Joel Bastido. I've been teaching at Açıİlkokulu since 2011. We wanted to share with you some of our vocabulary inference activities today.
Hello guys!
Today we're going to show you the book called On Planet Fruitcake.
In language teaching, particularly in foreign language teaching, we often feel that we need to pre-teach challenging vocabulary to students before we give them the text to read. Then, when students encounter those words in the text, we expect them to recall the meaning from the pre-reading activities. Although our goals in approaching reading in this way may be admirable, I believe that we are robbing students of an opportunity to practice an important reading skill. What's worse, we may be creating a debilitating dependence on the teacher. In 4th grade at Açı, instead of teaching vocabulary, we aim to teach students inference as a skill and then coach them to use that skill in their reading.
Today I learned a lot of new words and I get to understand them.
We will show you now how can we learn the meaning of a word. Imagine that you don't know the word paramedics and you can know by
Finding clues in the book.
because they came in the ambulance, so they can walk, so they are people.
In the first lesson, as I usually do, I ask the students to evaluate their familiarity with a list of potentially challenging words that they will encounter in this week's chapters. Then, we read the chapter together. I read aloud, and I pause to allow the students to chime in on all the challenging words from our list. In this way, they notice the word when it occurs in the text. After we finish reading, the students complete a written inference activity, focusing on one of the words that they found challenging. The activity follows the same process that we regularly use in our reader lessons whenever there's enough context clues to infer the meaning. We read the word in context, determine how it functions in the sentence, and then look for clues in the text that helps us understand what it could mean. In fact, once the routine of inference has been established, it can sometimes be just as interesting to use words where there's not enough clues in the context. Although we can't arrive at one definition, we can talk about several other plausible definitions and decide which one is the most likely. I was really pleased with the students in this lesson. They were willing to look at words that they hadn't seen before and make a guess based on the context, based on the clues that they could find, and come up with really good explanations for what clues they used in their inferences and evaluate their own guesses as to the meaning of the words.
I learned them looking at the sentence besides the word, and it's a really great technique. When I go home, I'm going to use it on my English readings.
If you teach a child to fish, as the old aphorism goes, you feed her for a lifetime. If you give a child a fish, well, the fish will probably die within a couple of weeks and you'll be stuck with an empty fish tank for a year. But more to the point, if we're to teach one thing in isolation before reading a text with the class, let it be the skill of inference, which will empower students to make their own knowledge, rather than a list of words which will only increase their reliance on our instruction.